Welcome to the channel. Here, we honor the legendary figures we've lost, but whose legacies continue to inspire us every day. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the bell so you never miss a tribute. Stick around till the end, we promise there's always something meaningful waiting for you. Shel Talmy, August 11, 1937 to November 13, 2024, was an American record producer, songwriter, and arranger whose pioneering work in the 1960s left an indelible mark on rock and popular music. Best known for his collaborations with iconic British bands such as the Kinks, The Who, and the Easy Beats, Talmy introduced innovative production techniques that defined an era and inspired generations of musicians and producers. His legacy includes some of rock's most timeless anthems, including You Really Got Me, by the Kinks, My Generation, by The Who, and Friday on My Mind, by the Easy Beats. Talmy's meticulous attention to detail and ability to enhance an artist's sound without overshadowing it set him apart as one of the most influential figures in music production. Talmy was born in Chicago, Illinois, to Esther Gutes and Isaac Talmy, a dentist. From an early age, he demonstrated a strong interest in both music and technology, gravitating toward early rock and roll, rhythm and blues, folk, and country music. His fascination with sound and recording began during his teenage years, further nurtured by an innate curiosity and a creative spirit. At the age of 13, Talmy showcased his intellectual prowess as a regular participant on the popular NBC television show Quiz Kids. Reflecting on this experience later, Talmy credited it with solidifying his determination to work in the entertainment industry after graduating from Fairfax High School in Los Angeles in 1955, where he shared the alma mater with notable figures like Jerry Leiber, Herb Alpert, and Phil Spector. Talmy began working in television. However, his career trajectory shifted when he joined Conway Studios in Los Angeles as a recording engineer. Mentored by Phil Yeend, Talmy quickly mastered the intricacies of 3-track recording equipment, which was cutting-edge technology at the time. Within days of starting his new role, Talmy produced his first record, Falling Star, by Debbie Sharon. His work at Conway Studios saw him collaborating with prominent figures such as Gary Paxton, Renee Hall, and members of the legendary Wrecking Crew, laying the groundwork for his future innovations in production. Talmy's approach to recording was characterized by experimentation and a relentless pursuit of sonic clarity. He and Yeend often devised custom solutions to improve the separation and balance of instruments in recordings, pioneering techniques such as using multiple microphones for drums, a practice that would later become standard in the industry. These early experiments with sound would prove invaluable when Talmy transitioned to the British music scene. In 1962, Talmy traveled to Britain ostensibly for a short vacation, but ended up staying much longer after securing a position at Decca Records. Armed with acetates of American recordings provided by his friend Nick Vennett at Capitol Records, Talmy presented himself as an experienced producer, impressing Decca's A&R head, Dick Rowe. Talmy quickly established himself as an independent producer, one of the first in the UK, and began working with various artists under the Decca label. It was during this time that Talmy discovered and shaped the sound of several groundbreaking bands. He produced the Kinks' third single, You Really Got Me, which became a defining moment in rock history, blending raw energy with an innovative use of distorted guitar tones. Despite persistent rumors, Talmy clarified in later interviews that the iconic guitar solo on the track was played by Dave Davies, not session guitarist Jimmy Page, who contributed rhythm guitar to the recording. Talmy's work with the Kinks yielded numerous hits, including All Day and All of the Night, Tired of Waiting for You, and Sunny Afternoon, solidifying the band's place in rock history. Another major milestone in Talmy's career was his collaboration with The Who. Impressed by the band's raw power and Pete Townshend's songwriting, Talmy produced their early singles, including I Can't Explain and the anthemic My Generation. The latter, with its rebellious lyrics and groundbreaking use of feedback, became a quintessential rock anthem. Talmy also produced The Who's debut album, My Generation, which showcased the band's explosive energy and innovative approach to music. Despite the success of their collaboration, a contractual dispute with The Who's management led to a contentious split. Talmy retained the master tapes for My Generation, which delayed its reissue until 2002, when a settlement was finally reached. Beyond the Kinks and the Who, Tommy worked with a wide range of artists, including David Bowie, then known as Davy Jones, for whom he produced early singles like I Pity the Fool and You've Got a Habit of Leaving. He also produced the global hit Friday on My Mind by Australian band The Easy Beats, a song later covered by Bowie. Tommy's diverse portfolio extended to acts like Pentangle, Roy Harper, and Amen Corner, showcasing his versatility across genres ranging from rock and folk to pop and psychedelia. Tommy's production style was characterized by a hands-on approach, emphasizing collaboration with artists to refine their material and arrangements. He prioritized capturing the essence of a band's live performance while enhancing it with polished production techniques. His innovative use of microphone placement, multi-track recording, and creative mixing strategies set new standards in the industry. Tommy's insistence on isolating instruments and using unconventional techniques often challenged prevailing norms, earning him a reputation as a trailblazer. In addition to his work in the 1960s, Tommy continued to influence music production in subsequent decades. He produced albums for American artists like Lee Hazelwood and Tim Rose and collaborated with punk pioneers The Damned in the 1970s. After returning to the United States in 1979, Tommy maintained a selective but impactful presence in the music industry, producing records for bands like the Fuzztones and Hidden Charms. His contributions to the craft of music production were celebrated in the 2003 radio tribute on Little Steven's Underground Garage and through a series of compilations released by Ace Records in 2017. Tommy's personal life was as rich and multifaceted as his career. He was the elder brother of renowned linguist Leonard Tommy and a devoted father to his twins, Jonna and Stephen. Despite the challenges of declining eyesight, which influenced his early career decisions, Tommy's resilience and creativity remained undiminished. His death on November 13, 2024, from complications of a stroke, marked the end of an extraordinary life dedicated to the art of sound. He was 87. Tommy's enduring influence on music production and his role in shaping the sound of the British invasion remain monumental. His innovative techniques, combined with an unwavering commitment to artistic integrity, continue to inspire musicians and producers around the world. Samuel David Moore, born on October 12, 1935, in Miami, Florida, stands as one of the most iconic figures in the history of American soul and R&B music. His career, marked by extraordinary talent, groundbreaking achievements, and personal resilience, spans over 6 decades and has left an indelible imprint on the world of music. As one half of the legendary duo Sam and Dave, Moore's electrifying performances and powerful tenor voice earned him a place in the pantheon of musical greats. Beyond his duo's success, Moore's solo career and dedication to advocating for artists' rights further cemented his legacy as a trailblazer and leader in the industry. A member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Grammy Hall of Fame, the Vocal Group Hall of Fame, and the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame, Moore's influence reaches far beyond his recordings, resonating with audiences and fellow artists alike. Samuel Moore's musical roots were deeply planted in gospel traditions, which played a critical role in shaping his vocal style and artistic identity. Raised in Miami, he grew up in a household where faith and music were central, and his early exposure to gospel singing laid the foundation for his dynamic and emotive delivery. This training in gospel provided him with the tools to convey deep emotion and energy, qualities that would define his performances throughout his career. Moore's journey towards stardom began with a fateful meeting in 1961 at the King of Hearts Club in Miami, where he encountered Dave Prater, a fellow gospel singer. This meeting, orchestrated by producer Henry Stone, led to the formation of Sam and Dave, a duo that would go on to revolutionize the sound of soul music. Initially signed to Roulette Records, the duo released a handful of singles but achieved only modest success. It wasn't until their move to Atlantic Records in 1964, and subsequently their association with Stax Records, that their careers truly took off. At Stax, they were paired with the prolific songwriting team of Isaac Hayes and David Porter, whose compositions became the bedrock of Sam and Dave's success. Sam and Dave's string of hits in the mid to late 1960s, including classics like Hold On, I'm Comin', Soul Man, When Something Is Wrong With My Baby, and I Thank You, showcased their unmatched chemistry and energy. These songs became anthems of the era, capturing the spirit of a generation and serving as a bridge between musical traditions and cultural divides. Soul Man, in particular, achieved monumental success, earning the duo a Grammy Award and becoming one of the most recognized songs of the 20th century. The track's powerful message of resilience and pride resonated deeply during the civil rights movement, further solidifying Sam and Dave's place in the annals of American music history. What set Sam and Dave apart was their electrifying live performances, often described as a soul explosion. Backed by the legendary Booker T and the MGs and the Memphis Horns, the duo delivered shows that were both visceral and unforgettable. Moore's soaring, impassioned tenor complemented Prater's gritty baritone, creating a dynamic interplay that left audiences spellbound. Critics and fans alike hailed them as one of the greatest live acts of their time, with performances that transcended the boundaries of race and culture in a segregated America. Behind the scenes, however, the partnership between Sam Moore and Dave Prater was far from harmonious. Their relationship was marked by frequent conflicts and personal differences, which often threatened to overshadow their musical accomplishments. Despite their tensions, their professional collaboration remained a testament to their shared commitment to the music they created. However, the pressures of fame, combined with personal struggles, eventually led to the duo's breakup in 1970. Although they reunited sporadically in subsequent years, their partnership was irreparably fractured, culminating with Prater's tragic death in a car accident in 1988. Following the dissolution of Sam and Dave, Moore faced significant challenges as he embarked on a solo career. His initial efforts to establish himself as a solo artist included forming a new group, Sam's Soul Together 1970 Review, and recording singles for Atlantic Records. Tragically, plans for a solo album with producer King Curtis were cut short by Curtis's untimely death. Moore also grappled with personal struggles, including a battle with drug addiction, which derailed his career for a time. Despite these setbacks, Moore demonstrated remarkable resilience, crediting his wife, Joyce McCrae, for helping him turn his life around. McCrae became a pivotal figure in Moore's resurgence, serving as his manager and advocate and guiding him back to prominence in the music industry. The 1980s marked a period of rebirth for Moore, as he began collaborating with a diverse array of artists and re-establishing his presence on the global stage. Highlights from this era included a duet with Lou Reed on a re-recording of Soul Man for the film of the same name and his performances with the Elwood Blues Revue alongside Dan Aykroyd and the Blues Brothers Band. Moore also ventured into acting, starring alongside Junior Walker in the cult film Tapeheads, and made guest appearances on numerous television shows and music specials. These endeavors showcased Moore's versatility and enduring appeal, affirming his status as a musical icon. The 1990s and early 2000s brought new opportunities for Moore to shine as a solo artist. His collaborations with luminaries such as Bruce Springsteen, Phil Collins, and Elton John highlighted his ability to connect with audiences across generations and genres. In 1992, Moore was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame alongside Dave Prater, a milestone that celebrated their groundbreaking contributions to music. That same year, Moore announced plans for a solo album that would feature duets with a roster of acclaimed artists, further showcasing his adaptability and relevance. In 2006, Moore released Overnight Sensational, an album produced by Randy Jackson that featured collaborations with a star-studded lineup, including Sting, Eric Clapton, and John Bon Jovi. The album received critical acclaim and served as a testament to Moore's enduring artistry and influence. Beyond his musical achievements, Moore became a passionate advocate for artists' rights, using his platform to address issues such as fair compensation and copyright protection. His testimony before Congress and efforts to raise awareness about the challenges facing musicians underscored his commitment to supporting his fellow artists. Moore's advocacy, coupled with his openness about overcoming addiction, inspired countless individuals within and beyond the music community. In the later years of his career, Moore continued to captivate audiences with his performances and recordings. He appeared at high-profile events, including President Donald Trump's inaugural concert in 2017, and collaborated with Bruce Springsteen on the 2022 soul cover album Only the Strong Survive. Moore also lent his voice to various benefit concerts and tribute events, reaffirming his dedication to using music as a force for good. His final public appearances, including tributes to George Jones and Martin Luther King Jr., reflected his deep connection to American music and history. Samuel David Moore passed away on January 10, 2025, at the age of 89, following surgery in Coral Gables, Florida. His death marked the end of an extraordinary life and career, but his legacy endures through the timeless music he created and the countless lives he touched. From his humble beginnings as a gospel singer in Miami to his rise as a soul music legend, Moore's journey is a testament to the transformative power of music, resilience, and the human spirit. His contributions as a member of Sam and Dave, a solo artist, and an advocate for artists' rights have left an indelible mark on the music industry and continue to inspire new generations of musicians and fans. Samuel David Moore's story is one of triumph, dedication, and an unwavering love for music that will resonate for decades to come. Charles Michael Brewer, known for his musical contributions as one half of the duo Brewer and Shipley, left a lasting legacy in the world of American folk rock. Born on April 14, 1944, Brewer's life was steeped in music, creativity, and a pioneering spirit that defined the 1960s and 1970s countercultural movement. His passing on December 17, 2024, at the age of 80, marks the end of an era, but his music continues to resonate with audiences around the world. Brewer's journey into music began in his early years, growing up in a post-war America where the folk and rock genres were beginning to take root. His natural talent for songwriting and performance quickly set him apart, and by the mid-1960s, he was making his mark on the Los Angeles music scene. In early 1966, Brewer teamed up with singer-songwriter Tom Maston to form the duo Maston and Brewer. Their collaboration, though brief, was significant in shaping Brewer's musical style. The duo gained early traction, performing alongside notable acts like the Byrds and Buffalo Springfield, two of the most influential bands of the era. The group Maston and Brewer had a promising lineup for live performances, with drummer Billy Mundy and bass guitarist Jim Fielder joining their ranks. These musicians would go on to achieve their own acclaim in bands like the Mothers of Invention and Blood, Sweat and Tears. However, internal dynamics shifted when Tom Maston left the group during album sessions, prompting Brewer to enlist his brother Keith. Together, they recorded a single for Columbia Records, Need You, backed by Rainbow, a song co-written by Maston and Brewer. Although the project didn't achieve commercial success, it set the stage for Brewer's future endeavors. A pivotal moment in Brewer's career came when he reconnected with his old friend Tom Shipley. The two shared a deep musical synergy, and their partnership resulted in the formation of Brewer and Shipley. As a duo, they embraced the folk rock ethos of the time, blending harmonized vocals with socially conscious lyrics. Their music was a reflection of the counterculture, addressing themes of love, freedom, and resistance to the status quo. Brewer and Shipley gained widespread recognition with the release of their third album, Tarkio, in 1970. The album included their most famous song, One Toke Over the Line, a track that would become an emblem of the era. The song's catchy melody and tongue-in-cheek commentary on marijuana use resonated with audiences, propelling it to number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1971. Despite its controversial subject matter, One Toke Over the Line became a pop hit and was even performed on The Lawrence Welk Show, albeit in a more sanitized form. The success of One Toke Over the Line solidified Brewer and Shipley's place in the folk rock canon, but their body of work extended far beyond that single hit. Their albums were rich with storytelling, intricate guitar work, and a profound sense of connection to the cultural movements of their time. The duo toured extensively, captivating audiences with their authentic sound and engaging stage presence. In addition to his work with Brewer and Shipley, Brewer pursued solo projects that showcased his versatility as a musician. One notable endeavor was his 1983 solo LP, Beauty Lies, produced by Dan Fogelberg. While the album was a departure from the duo's style, it demonstrated Brewer's ability to adapt and experiment with different musical influences. Unfortunately, Beauty Lies has never been released on CD, making it a rare gem for dedicated fans and collectors. Brewer's later years were characterized by a quieter life near Branson, Missouri, where he continued to be involved in music and cherished his connection to the natural world. His contributions to American music were recognized not only by his fans but also by his peers, who admired his authenticity and commitment to his craft. Charles Michael Brewer's legacy is one of innovation and resilience. His work, both as a solo artist and as part of Brewer and Shipley, captured the spirit of a generation seeking change and self-expression. His music remains a testament to the power of creativity and the enduring appeal of storytelling through song. As fans reflect on his life and career, Brewer's melodies and lyrics continue to inspire, reminding us of a time when music was a driving force for social and personal transformation. Peter John Sinfield, born on December 27, 1943, in Fulham, London, was an English poet, lyricist, and songwriter, best known as a founding member and lyricist of the progressive rock band King Crimson. Sinfield's work and influence in the music industry were immense, particularly through his contributions to progressive rock and his later ventures into pop songwriting. His lyrics, characterized by surreal imagery and themes of fantasy, nature, and emotional depth, remain iconic in the world of music. He passed away on November 14, 2024, at the age of 80, leaving behind a rich legacy of creativity and artistic expression. Sinfield's early years were marked by an eclectic and unconventional upbringing. He was born to a mother of Irish-English descent, Deidre, known as Joey or Daphne, and an absent father, Ian. His mother's bohemian lifestyle greatly influenced him, fostering an environment rich in art and creativity. For much of his childhood, Sinfield was raised by Maria Wallenda, a German housekeeper from the famous Flying Wallenda's circus act. This unique upbringing shaped his vivid imagination and early fascination with words and poetry. Sinfield attended Daneshill School in Oxshott and later Ranelagh Grammar School in Bracknell, where he discovered his love for literature and poetry under the mentorship of his tutor, John Mawson. However, he left school at 16, briefly working as a travel agent, hoping it would allow him to explore the world. Sinfield's career trajectory was as unconventional as his upbringing. After dabbling in various jobs, including working for a computer company and selling handmade goods on market stalls, he pursued his passion for poetry and music. By the mid-1960s, he was performing as a singer-guitarist in a band he formed called The Creation, which he envisioned as a blend of Donovan's introspective folk and The Who's dynamic rock energy. His early experiences as a musician and poet laid the groundwork for his entry into the progressive rock scene. In 1968, Sinfield's friend Ian MacDonald introduced him to Giles, and Fripp, a progressive pop trio that would soon evolve into King Crimson. Sinfield became the band's lyricist and conceptual visionary, contributing not only lyrics but also ideas for the band's image, album artwork, and live performances. He coined the name King Crimson, reflecting the band's ambitious and somewhat ominous artistic direction. Their debut album, In the Court of the Crimson King, released in 1969, is widely regarded as a cornerstone of progressive rock. Sinfield's lyrics on this album, such as those for Epitaph and The Court of the Crimson King, were praised for their rich imagery and philosophical undertones. As King Crimson evolved musically, the relationship between Sinfield and Robert Fripp, the band's guitarist and leader, grew strained. Sinfield's departure from the band in 1972 marked the end of an era for King Crimson. However, it opened new avenues for Sinfield, who collaborated with other artists and pursued a solo career. He worked with Emerson, Lake and Palmer, ELP, providing lyrics for songs like I Believe in Father Christmas and C'est la vie. His work with ELP showcased his ability to adapt his lyrical style to suit the band's grandiose and theatrical music. Sinfield's solo album, Still, released in 1973, further demonstrated his versatility as a songwriter and musician. The album featured contributions from various prominent musicians, including Greg Lake and John Wetton, and reflected Sinfield's poetic sensibilities. Although Still was not a commercial success, it remains a cult favorite among progressive rock fans that in the late 1970s and 1980s, Sinfield shifted his focus to pop music, a transition that highlighted his adaptability as a lyricist. Teaming up with composer Andy Hill, he co-wrote several chart-topping hits, including The Land of Make-Believe by Bucks Fizz and Think Twice by Celine Dion, which won an Ivor Novello Award for Best Song musically and lyrically. Sinfield's ability to craft emotionally resonant lyrics allowed him to thrive in the pop music landscape, even as progressive rock's popularity waned. Despite his success in the music industry, Sinfield's creative pursuits extended beyond songwriting. He wrote poetry and experimented with different forms of artistic expression throughout his life. His book Under the Sky, a collection of lyrics and poems, offered insight into his creative mind. Sinfield was also active in the literary and artistic communities, participating in events like the Genoa Poetry Festival and publishing haiku during his later years. Sinfield's personal life was as colorful as his professional career. His first marriage to Stephanie ended in divorce, and he later married a Spanish model, whom he met during his time in Ibiza. His years in Ibiza and Majorca were marked by a lifestyle of reflection, creativity, and connections with other artists. However, financial challenges and health issues, including a quadruple bypass surgery in 2005, occasionally disrupted his career. Throughout his life, Sinfield remained deeply influenced by literature and the arts. He cited writers such as William Blake, Arthur Rimbaud, and Edith Sitwell as inspirations, and his lyrics often drew from their themes of mysticism, nature, and existential inquiry. Musically, he admired Bob Dylan and Donovan, whose storytelling and poetic lyrics resonated with him and inspired his own songwriting. Sinfield's legacy is multifaceted. As a lyricist for King Crimson, he helped define the sound and spirit of progressive rock, influencing countless bands and musicians. His work with ELP and pop artists demonstrated his ability to adapt his style to different genres and audiences. Beyond music, his poetry and artistic contributions enriched the broader cultural landscape. In his later years, Sinfield lived in Aldeburgh, Suffolk, where he remained active in the songwriting community and continued to create poetry. His death in 2024 marked the end of a remarkable life, but his influence and artistry endure. Whether through the haunting lyrics of King Crimson, the anthems he co-wrote for pop icons, or his introspective poetry, Peter Sinfield left an indelible mark on the world of music and art. Will Smith, born Willard Carroll Smith Jr. on September 25, 1968, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is an American actor, rapper, and producer. Renowned for his charisma, versatility, and unrelenting work ethic, Smith has become one of the most recognizable and influential figures in the entertainment industry. Over the decades, he has achieved success in music, television, and film, earning accolades and breaking records along the way. Smith was raised in West Philadelphia, where he grew up in a middle-class family. His father, Willard Carroll Smith Sr., was a refrigeration engineer, and his mother, Caroline Bright, was a school board administrator. Smith displayed remarkable charisma and confidence from a young age, earning him the nickname Prince in high school for his charm and ability to talk his way out of trouble. This nickname would later evolve into Fresh Prince, the moniker under which he began his music career. Smith's entry into the entertainment industry began with music. In 1985, he teamed up with DJ Jazzy Jeff Towns, a friend he met at a party, to form the duo DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Their music, characterized by humorous storytelling and clean lyrics, quickly gained popularity. The duo's first major hit, Parents Just Don't Understand, released in 1988, won the first ever Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance. They followed it with other hits like Summertime, which became a summer anthem and solidified their place in hip-hop history. Despite his success in music, Smith's extravagant spending habits led him into financial difficulties, leaving him nearly bankrupt by the early 1990s. However, this financial setback proved to be a turning point in his career. In 1990, he was approached by producer Quincy Jones to star in a sitcom loosely based on his own life. The result was The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a show that would change his life forever. Premiering on NBC in 1990, the series followed a street-smart teenager from Philadelphia who is sent to live with his wealthy relatives in Bel Air, California. The show became a cultural phenomenon, running for 6 successful seasons and making Smith a household name. While starring in The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Smith began to transition into a film career. His breakout role came in the 1993 drama 6 Degrees of Separation, where he impressed audiences and critics with his dramatic acting skills. However, it was his role in the 1995 action comedy Bad Boys, alongside Martin Lawrence, that cemented his status as a bona fide movie star. The film was a box office hit and showcased Smith's natural charisma and ability to handle action-packed roles. Smith's star power continued to rise in the late 1990s and early 2000s. In 1996, he starred in Independence Day, a sci-fi blockbuster that became one of the highest-grossing films of all time. The following year, he played Agent J in Men in Black, another massive hit that spawned a successful franchise. During this time, Smith also resumed his music career, releasing solo albums that featured chart-topping singles like Gettin' Jiggy With It and Men in Black, which served as the theme song for the film. His music earned him multiple Grammy Awards and established him as a dual threat in both acting and music. Smith's ability to dominate both the music charts and the box office was unmatched. He became one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, known for his ability to draw audiences across genres. In the early 2000s, he starred in a series of successful films, including Ali, 2001, where he portrayed legendary boxer Muhammad Ali. His performance earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Smith continued to take on diverse roles, appearing in films like A Robot, 2004, The Pursuit of Happiness, 2006, and I Am Legend, 2007. His portrayal of Chris Gardner in The Pursuit of Happiness earned him his second Academy Award nomination and was widely praised for its emotional depth and authenticity. By the 2010s, Smith had firmly established himself as one of the most versatile actors in Hollywood. He continued to take on challenging roles, balancing blockbuster hits like Men in Black 3, 2012, with more experimental projects such as Concussion, 2015, where he played Dr. Bennett Omalu, a neuropathologist who discovers the link between football and chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE. Smith's performance in Concussion showcased his commitment to tackling complex and socially relevant topics. Despite his success, Smith's career has not been without its challenges. Some of his films, such as After Earth, 2013, which he starred in alongside his son Jaden Smith, were critical and commercial disappointments. However, Smith has always shown resilience, using setbacks as opportunities for growth. His passion for self-improvement and positivity is evident in his public persona and motivational speeches, where he frequently emphasizes the importance of hard work, persistence, and personal growth. In 2019, Smith starred as the genie in Disney's live-action adaptation of Aladdin, a role that allowed him to bring his signature energy and charisma to a beloved character. The film was a massive box office success, earning over $1 billion worldwide. Smith also reprised his role as Detective Mike Lowry in Bad Boys for Life, 2020, which became another major hit and demonstrated his enduring appeal to audiences. Smith's influence extends beyond acting and music. He is also a successful producer, with his production company, Overbrook Entertainment, responsible for creating films like The Karate Kid, 2010, and Hitch, 2005. Additionally, Smith has embraced social media, where he shares inspirational content, behind-the-scenes glimpses into his life, and comedic videos that resonate with millions of followers. His willingness to adapt to new platforms has helped him remain relevant in an ever-changing entertainment landscape. Smith's personal life has also been a subject of public interest. He married actress Sherry Zampino in 1992, and the couple had a son, Trey Smith, before divorcing in 1995. In 1997, Smith married actress Jada Pinkett, with whom he has 2 children, Jaden and Willow Smith. Both Jaden and Willow have pursued careers in entertainment, carving out their own paths in music, acting, and fashion. The Smith family has often been in the spotlight, with their unconventional approach to parenting and open discussions about their personal lives sparking both admiration and controversy. One of the most significant moments in Smith's career came in 2022, when he won his first Academy Award for Best Actor for his portrayal of Richard Williams, the father of tennis champions Venus and Serena Williams, in the biographical drama King Richard. His performance was widely praised for its depth and authenticity, and the film highlighted Smith's ability to bring humanity and complexity to his characters. However, the night of his Oscar win was overshadowed by an incident during the ceremony in which Smith slapped comedian Chris Rock on stage following a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. The incident sparked widespread controversy and led to a mixed reception from fans and peers. Smith later apologized for his actions, acknowledging his mistake and expressing a commitment to personal growth. The event marked a turning point in his career, prompting reflection on his public image and the challenges of maintaining grace under pressure. Throughout his life and career, Will Smith has remained a symbol of ambition, resilience, and reinvention. From his early days as a rapper to becoming one of the biggest movie stars in the world, Smith has consistently pushed boundaries and taken risks. His ability to adapt to new challenges, both professionally and personally, has ensured his longevity in the entertainment industry. As an actor, musician, producer, and cultural icon, Smith's impact on popular culture is undeniable, and his legacy continues to inspire millions around the globe. Thank you for watching. We hope this tribute helped keep the memory of these legends alive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories. Until next time, take care and keep their legacies in your heart.